I, Sultan of Islam, slave of Allah, powerful with the power of Allah, casting a shadow of Allah over the land, convey the words of the Koran. Allow you to present your claim.
Sultan of Persians and Arabs, I'm going to introduce you to our new system of economy, capitalism. It is super cool because everybody can make their own money, independent of government organizations. It allows for people to be whoever they want and help grow the economy through hard work and dedication, my dude. Also, please do it because it will give us more money also. We might make financial agreement between our states, exchanging our goods, which will help both of us in the long run. Any suggestions, mate?
I do not think we can reach an agreement. We are a world leader in exports. Allah condemns capitalism anyhow. Now out with your vile technologies.
You, sir, are making a mistake.
Look around, foreigner. We have no trees, no rivers to power the machines. My men will not use their hands to work in the interests of another ruler. The power and will of God follows the Ottoman Empire, but he does not fail us.
The European representative was right when he told the Sultan that he was making a mistake in not accepting capitalism. Economic hardships struck the Ottomans heavily when they ignored new European goods and the emergence of capitalism. They fell behind in terms of technology, leaving their borders open for invasion. Additionally, the government was not able to repay their loans after agreeing to ridiculous interest rates because they were in desperate need of money. European merchants also began to trade directly with their counterparts in India and China rather than using Ottoman middlemen. More and more trading shifted to the seas where the Ottomans held very little power.
Oh dear, I wish I had accepted the idea of global capitalism when I could have. But alas, now our government has been infiltrated by the Europeans and they are taking everything we have.
I told you, man, you should have accepted capitalism. But now we will take out your economy from the inside. Also, in case you forgot, you agreed to this loan with a ridiculous interest rate. Now you must pay us 225% of what we gave you. Isn't capitalism great?
Even with all these problems, now my janissaries are turning against me. They can no longer be trusted. They call for a government ruled by many. Ha, fools. I wield the power of Allah, and only one man can wield such a power. There is no way that they can succeed. I must devise a different plan, but what should I do? Ah, yes, I know. I will use their money for myself, and I will keep them at the bottom where they belong to make sure that I am not dethroned.
Because of rapid increase of European manufactured goods, Ottoman artisans and craft workers' products became obsolete and were trumped by better and cheaper European products, so they made a lot less money. In response to this spread of global capitalism, they became infuriated and even began to riot by protesting European imports. In general, Ottoman elites and craftsmen alike turned a blind eye to new developments in global capitalism, trade, and technology. This is a key part of their later end. The Ottoman state was forced to economic dependency, and in 1882, it could not pay interest on loans and had to accept foreign administration of its debts. To make matters worse, corruption in the upper and ruling classes meant that government money was being wasted for personal gain, rather than for fixing the quickly arising problems in the region.
We are losing ground, but we mustn't retreat. The Russians are gaining on us. Stand strong, servants of Allah.
General, we're losing. There is no way that we win this battle. Their technology and tactics, they're too good. Ours are far too inferior. They have tenfold the firepower we do. We have to retreat.
Oh Sultan, powerless Sultan, have you been humiliated enough? Your borders are shrinking and your people are turning against you. Whatever shall you do?
After suffering defeat after defeat on the battlefield, the Ottoman Empire's borders were closing in on the Sultan, and to make it worse, prominent domestic issues called for attention as well. Angry citizens launched reform efforts that called for social, legal, and educational reform. Usually, the ultimate goal of these revolts and reformist movements was to disassemble an unjust monarchy and to replace it with a new form of government which would decentralize power.
Out with the monarchy, bring back equality and peace. Expel the filthy pig who calls himself Sultan. Our children are not educated, we have no justice in our courts of law, and people are running about the streets wildly, demolishing buildings, killing people, and with utter disregard.
Fear not, angry citizen. I am here to aid you in your overthrowing of the government, and as leader, I will bring back peace and reform the Ottoman. Ah yes, the time has come, the people of Turkey. It is time to strengthen our state and rise again as a global power. I think we should call this extraordinary period the Tanzimat, or reorganization period. Yes, this shall be the name of the period where Turkey makes an ultimate comeback.
When Mehmed II launched his Tanzimat period of reform, he needed to address many things. In his mind, the most important thing was to re-establish the old Ottoman Empire army, as well as strengthening legal and educational practices to reinsert the Ottomans as a world power. The government adopted many codes of ethics and law modeled after the ideals of the French. They safeguarded the rights of all Ottoman subjects before the law, Muslim or not. They implemented a complete system of primary and secondary education leading up until the university level. However, not all were satisfied with changes such as these. Devout Muslims deemed it contrary to basic Islamic principles. Young Ottomans wanted a constitutional monarchy and individual freedom, and high-level bureaucrats wanted a constitution and checks on the power of the Sultan.
We will make education available for everybody in the Ottoman Empire, all the way up to a university level. We will make equality for everybody under the law. Continue writing this, my servants. Now I will sign for you.
Servant of Allah, Mahmud II, Sultan over this land, has decreed that we will now have equal education opportunities for all up into the university level, and that we will also have equality before the law. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Additionally, we will make every move we can to make sure that all citizens under this reign are equal. This Tanzimat period has not been what it was promised. Nothing is going well. We are losing money. Our economy is failing. The Europeans are here. They're infiltrating us. Nothing is going well. We're beginning to assimilate with the Europeans. This is not okay. We are the Turkish. We are independent. We are the Ottoman Empire. This is completely contrary to the principles of our religion. We will not tolerate these filthy European systems.
But what about this horrible government? We want a constitution. Down with the power of the Sultan.
Yeah! Fear not, angry citizens, we are the Young Turks. We are here to aid you in your overthrowing of the government and to re-establish peace to this land. Here's to a constitutional monarchy. Yes.
The Young Turks were mostly exiled Ottoman subjects and parrots who vigorously promoted reform. They called for universal suffrage, equality before the law, freedom of religion, free public education, secularization of the state, and the emancipation of women. Under their revolutionary power, the sultans became puppets. The Young Turks made Turkish the official language of the empire, which caused tension among various social groups. Despite all of this reform, the Ottomans continued to lose wars and power. In its weak and nearly final state, the empire only stayed together because European diplomats could not agree on how to dispose of it without upsetting the balance of European power.
Oh, this place is awful. I'm moving to Europe where they have decent living conditions. Somewhere like Russia.